Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. We're going through Ephesians now, and we're kind of getting into another section here, and it's going to talk about marriage, starting off with wives, and then husbands, and then children, and then putting on the armor of God. But the section here is dealing with relationships, okay, with husband and wife relationship, and then in relation children also, okay. Now, this episode, episode 41 of Ephesians, is entitled "Submit to One Another." All right. So if you just do this one Bible verse, this one verse here, you wouldn't even have to read the rest of it because you would already be doing it. So Paul is saying this verse, but then he has to go on and define it. So let me read here today. It's taken from Ephesians chapter 5, verse 21. That's right, only one verse. It says this: "Submit to one another out of reverence for Christ." That's it. All right. You could go home now. And well, you might, hopefully you're already at home when you're watching this. But that's it. If you would just do that verse, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. I mean, we're doing it because we love God. But if you would just submit to one another, the rest of what we're going to get into in the next couple days here, you wouldn't even have to worry about because you're already doing those things. So submitting to one another, the opposite is doing whatever I want to do. Okay, if I'm submitting to my wife, I'm doing what she desires. So if she says, we want to go out to eat someplace, okay, and I want to go eat at a hamburger joint, and she wants to go eat someplace else. According to this verse, what should I be doing? Submitting to her. So, not to my own desires of like, I've got to go have a hamburger. But instead, what does she want? Let's say she wants Jamaican food that night. So I go and hunt up Jamaican food for her because I'm submitting to her. So I'm trying to put her needs above my own and her desires above my own. That's part of submitting to one another. And so if I'm doing that, things fall into place the way God wants us to. And it's God's plans for us. So it's just real simple. So start with that. Start by thinking like as you go out throughout the day here, as you relate to your children, as you relate to your it might be your parents, and it might be your husband or your wife. Think about as you're going through the day, how can I submit to my wife? So I'll use how can I submit to my kids? What can I do today to submit to my kids? Okay. Now, naturally, whatever Grace wants to do, our 15-month-old, I'm not going to go, oh, yeah, you want to just play all day? Obviously not. But I'm going to take care of her concerns and her needs, all right? So, and go out of my way to take care of her and the things that she would like to do. And the same thing with my wife, do things that she would want to do and so forth. And naturally, I have to work and do all those things. I can't just stay at home and play with the kids all day long. But, but there is a balance with that. But if you start with that, submitting to one another, a lot of these things that we're going to get into that seem kind of harsh when you get into husbands and wives here, it will come into play and you'll be like, well, okay, that's part of submitting to one another. All right, thank you for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we dig into wives, submit to your husbands. Okay, but just a warning to you, that's only like verses 22 to 24. We're going to talk about husbands the next day, and that is a whole lot more verses. So there's a whole lot more to say to the husbands than to the wives. All right, so thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow as I am a regular dude walking in the Word, going through Ephesians. Lord's blessing. See you then.